Hey guys, Mr. 3D Hero here. In today's video for my loadout series, I'm bringing you a loadout called the Beamer Wingman loadout. Now, the best way I like to describe this is a kind of challenging but very fun type loadout that I believe many players, either skilled or not skilled, can get used to and see how effective their Titans are. So, the main premises of the loadout is for you to be using your main prime weapon, the Wingman B3. Not the Wingman Elite, it has to be the Wingman B3. And you'll generally be using your Titan, but you'll cool down your Titan and you'll be putting him into auto Titan mode only. Now there will be some occasions where you can go into your Titan only if you're in a tough situation where you can't escape or the whole enemy team is there and they're about to catch you out. At that moment there, you will be able to go into your Titan to escape, but except from that, you will be staying in pilot mode all this time, while your Titan will be put into auto Titan mode, and he'll either follow you or you can either station him into an area to watch and control, but it's up to you. But this is what I generally think we should go with. So let's go into the main loadout. The class we're going to be using the Holopilot. The Holopilot is probably a great little loadout as it allows you to throw out decoys left and right, and practically it allows you to catch out enemies that you think may be. And this will become helpful for you as your main prime weapon, the Wingman B3, isn't really that great at really long or medium distances. It's great in some medium situations, but at best, I found that when it comes down to using the Wingman B3, I always tend to lose out in gunfights. And that's simply because when it comes down to engagements, whoever fires first is usually the winner. Unless lag is on your side, then usually lag is always the winner. And considering the fact that my boost isn't going to be amp weapon, it basically puts me at a major disadvantage. So now the primary weapon we're going to be using is the Wingman B3. Like I previously said, the Wingman B3 is great for close and medium range situations, but at long range distances it tends to fail a lot at. Long range distances tend to go for Wingman B3 or Wingman Elite. If you want to be successful with this weapon though, I recommend that combining your Holopilot and your Wingman is probably your best chances of survival and winning 1v1 situations. Shooting out a Holopilot will basically allow you to attract the attention of other pilots and give away their position. This will basically then allow you to use your Wingman B3 and pretty much gun them down. Think of it as a trade of a mall card. Do be aware that I recommend that when you Wingman B3 that you upgrade it first and you have the necessary perks. Either go with Gun Runner and Extended Mag, or go with Gun Runner and Quick Reload. These three types of perks are usually one of the top 3 features for all weapons, and it really does come into hand. It really does come in handy, but it's up to you how you want to go with it. You don't have to go with these perks, but I tend to go with it because of its slow fire rate and its kill capability in medium to long range distances is quite hard, especially when it comes on to aiming. As I tend to find that using the Wingman Elite is a bit more better at killing pilots compared to the Wingman B3. The secondary now is going to be the SMR. Now, the one thing you probably notice is that you're probably thinking to me, why am I saying this SMR is a secondary when the SMR is a primary and the Wingman B3 is a secondary? Well, to be quite honest, the primary weapon we're going to be using mainly is the Wingman B3, and that's the only one we're going to be using. So if that's the case, I thought that might as well make my intentions clear and show that the SMR is the main secondary weapon and it can act as an anti-Titan weapon. And for many of you that have played TitanFall 1, you will know that the SMR in TitanFall 1 was quite powerful, even when amped. So this is where the SMR is going to be within this loadout. It's going to be a secondary, it's going to be an anti-Titan, and it's going to be there to help us with assisting Titan kills, and some pilot kills as well, depending on how skilled you are. Our boost now is going to be the Tick Mine, because really, why not? Why not have a spicy buddy with you? So you have your friendly Titan, your friendly Hollows, and also add in your friendly Tick Mines that are quite dangerously effective at killing big groups of enemies in one go. Although when you do fire at them, they do explode quite quickly, so do be aware of where you throw them, and do be aware that if you stage them in a really good area, they can do a ton of damage. Stage them in a really bad area and it really doesn't pay off whatsoever. Our Titan now is going to be Ronin. I chose Ronin specifically because of the fact that Ronin's great when it comes down to taking out groups of enemies, specifically AIs and Titans in close range situations. Compared to all the other compared to all the other Titans, such as Tone, Ion, Legion, Scorch, and Northstar, they do play effectively, but not as effective as Ronin. And this is why I kind of want to bring Ronin into this. Ronin on attrition or even skirmish is really great, or even bounty hunter. He's really great at killing AI and gathering points. So for someone like me who wants to gather as much points as possible, this is the best way possible to use Ronin. Add on an assault chip, and it makes him a bit more aggressive and a bit more smarter, and it makes him a bit more dangerous against pilots, as some pilots won't be engaging him, as he'll probably be engaging you and try to gun you down. But you can always go with a different Titan if you want. You can always go with Tone if you feel like it, or you can always go with Ion. But that's as far as it goes, as all the other Titans don't feel that effective with the assault chip. A pilot kit now can be fast regeneration and low profile. Both of these two will basically allow us to regenerate health at a quicker rate when dying. We'll probably need this a lot. A low profile will basically allow us to sneak up on pilots and sneak up on Titans and basically get an easier kill with them in some situations. Our alternates now is going to be the Firestar, and the Firestar allows us to cut off areas, it allows us to weaken enemies, like enemy pilots, depending on how close you aim at them, and it also allows us to blind the Titans, and this is where it becomes really important with Firestar. The Firestar is really effective with blocking Titan's vision. Now, by adding that into your loadout, it'll basically mean that you can shoot out a holopilot at a Titan. You can then throw a Firestar at them to blind them, and then you can use your Ronin or your Titan with assault chip to go in there, do some damage, while you stay back, use your secondary SMR and do a ton of damage to them, and it becomes pretty chaotic that the other player will realize that they're in a really bad situation and they will have to hold back. At that point there, you can then call back your Titan and move on. So let's go into the main gameplay. Gameplay wise, the whole point of this loadout is for you to only stay in pilot form, and every time you bring down your Titan, he has to go in auto Titan mode, either follow or standby, and he has to have an assault chip on. Now the best type of game mode you want to probably go with this is probably bounty hunter, as one, if you play it in attrition, every time your Titan gets killed, it gains enemy team points, and this is something that you kind of want to avoid. So in bounty hunter, that's the opposite. You get points by killing enemies, so it's a bit more easier, and plus all the points tend to go to you, so it pretty much becomes much more effective for you to use. When it comes down to engagements, one thing I mentioned is that you have to play smart to use this loadout. You can't simply, go in and go ham like you're using the flatline or the R201. You have to try to use your holopilots as effectively as possible. You have to shoot them into areas that you expect enemies will be, and then you have to use your Wingman B3 and take them out as quickly as possible. Because the Wingman B3 is, although good, it's not really the best secondary I've ever used. And I found that using this weapon, it feels quite hard to use, because sometimes I feel like my shots aren't as accurate as it's supposed to be. Plus it fires quite slow compared to if I was using the Wingman Elite. The Wingman Elite feels a bit more dangerous, it feels a bit more stronger, and it feels like it fires much faster compared to the Wingman B3. But that might just be me who have used the Wingman Elite a lot more compared to the Wingman B3. So that's kind of how you want to play it out. You kind of want to play it out smart. You kind of want to know your engagements. You kind of want to not be on the front line, but you kind of want to be backing your buddies up, or at least going into areas that you know your buddies are at. Or, instead, allow the enemy come to you. If they come to you and your teammates distract them, you can then go in from behind, or you can just join them and then use your pistol to take them out as well. If you feel like in a situation where your pistol isn't going to be effective, use your SMR. Your SMR kills pilots within 2 hits, and it's quite dangerous. Just be aware that it's very inaccurate because it's a projectile based weapon. So it basically means that all your shots aren't going to be as accurate as if you're firing the R201, or if you're firing the Volt or the car. You have to be aware that when you use the SMR, you have to be aware that your shots aren't going to be as accurate as possible. You have to make sure that you have to lead your shots. If you lead your shots to SMR, you will have a great time with getting as much kills. Your boost will also come in handy. Your boost will allow you to clear out areas that you think enemies may be. Do be aware that your tip mines only take one hit for them to blow up, but if you throw them into areas that you suspect the enemy team will be, such as a building site or a small enclosed area where they're gathering their points, and you throw it in there to blow them up, it will bring you some wonders, as it will allow you to rack up even more points, more kills, and it basically allow you to push for the win for your team. Your Titan now will be your Ronin. Ronin, like I said, is great for taking out AI, specifically grunts, maybe Reapers and Stalkers at times. But he's really great at that. You only go into your Titan unless you're in a situation where the enemy team is pushing you up and you need to escape, or you feel like you're being hounded by another Titan and you have no way to take them on, so you have to rely on getting into your Titan because you have no backup, or unless you're in the lead and you feel like you just want to join, you want to jump into it. The whole point of this loadout is for you to feel kind of like Cooper and BT in the story mode. You're not meant to rely on your Titan as much as possible by jumping in and controlling him. He has to think for himself and does things for himself. So that's kind of how you want to play it out in this game as well. You want to be using your loadout where you're just a little pilot. You only jump into your Titan when it's necessary. Right? At most times, you won't be relying on your Titan to clean up engagements, take on pilots and such. And if you see your Titan get attacked by, for example, pilots, this will be a great time for you to go in and generally kill them, because if you put them into standby mode and a enemy pilot jumps onto your Titan, not only will they frozen still, but it'll basically allow you a clear shot to use your SMR and your Wingman B3. In general, this loadout is, I would say, quite a simple loadout. It's kind of like a follow the leader type loadout, if that's your playstyle. And it also allows you to play out with a weapon that you may not be quite familiar with, such as the Wingman B3 and the SMR. Both weapons are arguably good, but in this gameplay here, you don't really see me use the Wingman B3 that effectively, and that's simply because I swear I cannot aim using this weapon. But like I said, that's just me. And maybe if you don't want to use Wingman B3, by all means go ahead and use Wingman Elite, as you don't have to follow this loadout bit by bit. You can always change it to adapt your playstyle. But I recommend that you play with this loadout first to get used to it, and to also improve your skills on using other weapons and using specific loadouts that feel more beneficial for you. So that's it in the video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then leave a like for more, leave a comment, and maybe subscribe as well, as subscribing allows me to increase my content and bring you more new loadout and maybe some other videos as well that I have brewing for you. If you don't like the content, then by all means leave a dislike in the dislike section. I will understand, I will improve on it, and I will make sure that I won't make these mistakes again. But like I said, thank you all for watching. I do hope to see you all again soon.